Good day and welcome to What You Miss. We said miss it and hiss it. You can see this is about thorax. What has been studied in the session we had about half the session on the concept of thorax. So that's why you shouldn't miss any session we are raising on thorax or any other medical concept or concern in this channel, because we told you we want to use this channel to help you internalize, okay, as a medical student or someone who have loved to study or learn concepts in medicine. So to be able to do that, you need an hour to two to be able to internalize. And when you've internalized, you can be interacting with it without hours, okay? That's where we say practice makes or brings improvement. And we've generated a WhatsApp channel, okay, public to anyone everywhere, okay? And the thing is, made such course mastery, okay? MED spacebar SURG spacebar COURSE spacebar, then mastery. All right. So search for it in the channel and you join. In that channel, you're going to have opportunity to practice what you study, what you what we internalize with you on live session, or once you watch, okay, you can come to that channel and you guess what, you are working with you are given opportunity where you are grouped, where we can learn with you, when others can also observe what you're doing, and you lead others if you master a certain concept. Do you understand? So let's dive down to these thorax. Don't forget, like, comment, and share this channel if, and also this video, okay, if it's a blessing to you, which you and I know is definitely going to be a blessing. Imagine reducing a whole of 45 PDF to just a page. All right, what you're seeing here is about a 45 page of PDF to just a page. All right, we're going to do another one that we add another part of thorax considered and view in another way into this. So now look up, we said thorax. As we talk about thorax, you use the acronym JECCFIM to understand, okay, what we did in the session you missed. And I'm going to be fast. That is called presentation, presenting what you missed in just a 5 to 10 minutes video. Whereas if you want to internalize it and also present as we did, you need to get to the channel and watch the full version and participate in the exercise. Where we say, did you get this? Take note, practice this, close your eyes, say this, you follow it, and don't forget to join the channel. So now, JECCFIM. The M there is for introduction or meaning of thorax. So as we talk about meaning of thorax, we said, this is what we said. We said thorax is Iran. Thorax means Iran. What does that mean? Thorax is a region between the abdomen and the neck. That's why we say Iran. Are you seeing it now? All right. So we move on. The next thing there is inlet. As we talk about inlet, look at this here. We said inlet, we use the mnemonics V squared man. Okay, inlet are also the content. All right, inlet are also the content. As for the relations that defines, okay, the borders of those inlets, we'll make it in the other section of the video when we are talking about outlet. So V squared man. What does V squared man stand for? The first V stands for viscera. The next V stands for veins. The M stands for muscle. The A stands for arteries, and the N stands for nerve. Now let's pick the viscera. We said rotator, all right, rotator, or like this one say rotor, rator. All right, what does that mean? ROT means remains of thymus, and then A means apices of lungs and plural. You can see the diagram and you can see this thymus. Thymus, okay, can see this thing just to help us capture the scripture, all right, that we are scribbling. And the T there stands for trachea and the O there stands for osophagus. That tells you in the inlet, you can see this place now, okay, the inlet of the thorax, guess what, has things passing through. You can see the thorax there, you can see the thymus, remains of thymus, you can see all those things here. Okay, so we move on. The next video is veins. We use the acronym BSC, okay, for veins. We use the same acronym for what? Arteries. Okay, what does BSC means? Brachiocephalic vein. S stands for left subclavian vein, and C stands for left common carotid vein. Just like when we talk about artery, BSC artery, since artery follow veins, okay, arteries, always run side by side with veins. We say BSC as well. That is brachiocephalic artery, left subclavian artery, and left common carotid artery. All right, let's look at muscles now. The muscles, that's another thing in the V square man. Muscles, SS3. SS3. Now, instead of SS3, you have SSL. SS3 is the last class in secondary school in sub-Saharan region of Africa, such as Nigeria. Okay, the first S stands for stenohyoid, the next S stands for stenothyroid, and the L stands for longus colli. Longus colli. Watch how we use concept, okay, to hang thoughts that are new. Concept we are used to SS3, you are used to BSc in a University of Polytechnic, you are used to rotator, something that rotates. These are common words to use and remember uncommon things in anatomy. The last thing is nerve, PVSL. Okay, point value stop loss. Point value stop loss. This has to do with business now. Okay, so what happens is that we said PV stands for phrenic nerve. V stands for vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is one of the cranial nerve, whereas phrenic nerve is one of the spinal nerve. Okay, talk about sympathetic trunk nerve. We talk about left recurrent intercostal laryngeal nerve. If you check the video, we said this left recurrent intercostal laryngeal nerve is a branch, okay, that is a branch of the vagus nerve. All right, let's move on. That is MI. MI. All right, let's look at F. F is simply the function of thorax. That's very simple. The function of thorax. What is the function of thorax? It is to protect the inlet, the abdominal viscera. Look at it here. Thorax, okay, protect the thoracic and abdominal viscera. Okay, you can see there, those are the viscera, that thing that looks like the heart or the lungs, they are inside it and part of the stomach. Okay, so let's move at the next thing. We are still using JEC film. We have talked of the meaning, talk of the inlet, talk of the function. Now we want to look at the next one, which is characteristics of thorax. SMS TTD. Who does not know how to send SMS thoroughly today? So that's what I call it, SMS TTD. That's text message thoroughly sent today. Okay, so the first thing you find is the skin, that's epithelium. Next one is the superficial fascia and the deep fascia. That's the what? That's the connective tissue. Then the muscle, that's the muscle tissue. Then you find the thoracic cage or the rib cage. Then you find the thoracic cavity where you have the nerve tissue. Now, you see, in this concept now, we've connected the anatomy of histology with anatomy of thorax. So in medicine, if you follow this channel, you tend to connect things together and you see how it flows. All right, we are done with that. Remember, this is a highlight, this is a recap. It's not internalization, it's presentation. It's to wake your appetite up to go and watch that 1 hour video. 1 hour 30-minute video, that about 2 hours video is going to help you to be a master. When you watch it, you are fine. You don't need to read the book again. If you do, you are after page number, where is the edition, who wrote it and all that. You look at the next CD composition. Talk about composition of thorax. Three things comprise the thorax. That is STP. You already know what's STP in chemistry, about chemistry, standard temperature and pressure. But here we are looking at S for sternum, T for thoracic vertebra, and P for pairs of rib. You can see the pairs of rib, about 12 of them. You can see the thoracic vertebra T1 to T12. You can see the sternum. Okay. Now after that, we look at the extent of thorax. Look at the extent of thorax. What is the extent of thorax? Look at it here. SIP, sip. You sip Gary, you sip cornflakes, smoothie, and you sip your whatever. Now, SIP is not just for sip, it's just also for superior mediastinum. I for inferior mediastinum, and P for posterior mediastinum. Are you seeing it now? Reducing thorax to an interesting wonders. The next J there is joint. Now this is very interesting. As we talk about the joint of the thorax, we look at it this way. Look at it this way. C6SMS. C6SMS, not C6SMD. It is C6SMS. So there's a little mistake there. We're going to correct that. Type in the comment section if you observe this correction we made. Okay, so we move on and we said the joint of the thorax C6S. So the C you see with your eyes, but this time C in anatomy is not C in what? In C in anatomy, not C in English. Just like -1 in chemistry is not -1 in mathematics. Okay, you watch the video, you really enjoy this, making study interesting, making reading captivating. So this thing is 6. You can spell number 6, but this time number 6 in your spelling is different in anatomy. So C6 SMS. So how many SMS do you see? It is not 6. So you see 6 numbers of SMS. That's what we are trying to do, trying to connect what you are used to with what you need to be used to. And we move on, we said the C there stands for costochondral joint. The I there stands for interchondral joint. See, we pick the chondra first, then we pick the intervertebral. The vertebra. So the first CI is costochondral joint and interchondral joint. The next CI is costovertebral joint and intervertebral joint. The X is xiphostenal joint. We try to show you the picture where the joint is. Xiphi, where the xiphoid process and the sternum join to meet. So we show you this picture as we are saying the joint. So you capture the scripture. Okay? All right. The next one is mandibulosternal joint. You can see the mandibulosternal joint. Can see the synchondrosis. The synchondrosis. Okay. Now the joint we've not put here, we're going to put it when we are talking about another thing. That's the costotransverse joint. Is that okay now? We're going to look at that. All right. Once again, thank you very much for making it a deal here with us. See you at the top. Watch our video. Don't forget to meet our journalists at session, live session. Subscribe and share so you don't miss out. Do you get? Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.